Hello everybody, I'm joined in the studio today with Clive.
Hello, that's a bit of unusual.
Yes, I thought we'd do some painting tips today on how to use household items in the studio to save money.
To save money, I think we all need to do that, Grandpa Joe.
I think we do too, so let's go to number 1. Okay, number 1 is the use of just a plain plastic bottle. Clive will show you how to do this.
Thank you, Grandpa Joe. As he said, I have got a plain plastic bottle. Yes, it's got water in it. Make sure you empty it out first. Otherwise, when you cut it, it's all going to go everywhere. So you need to cut the top off and you need to cut the bottom off. And here's one that I did earlier. So we've got a bottom, which is cut, and the top. Now, the secret behind this is when we wash our brushes is if you put that one in that one, like that, so you've got the top in the bottom. Can you see what I've done there? The top in the bottom, yes, and we need to put that down. And then when we fill it with water, let's go like this. We'll fill that with water. There we are. And when we come to wash our brush, what's going to happen is very simply, I need a brush, Clive. What's going to happen very simply is when we wash our brush like that, all the sediment is then going to settle in the base. And the water you're going to be using here is sediment free. And that's a good way to actually use a plastic bottle to save you money from buying these expensive brush containers or water containers for your paint. There we go. So a plastic bottle turned inside out saves you money and time.
Yeah, saves you money and time. That's very good. Now, what about number 2?
Let's go to hack number 2.
Yes! Hack number 2 is a way to use a ceramic plate as a palette. Yeah.
Okay, so I got a ceramic plate. Now, when we put acrylic paints onto our ceramic plates or our kitchen plates, what's going to happen is that paint will dry very fast. It will, because the moisture in the paint, it just evaporates. Now, we need to keep the moisture in place. What can we do with that? Now, my suggestion is very simple. So, using some kitchen roll, this is just ordinary kitchen paper roll. We fold the paper a couple of times like that. There we go. We place that on our plate. We then get some water and just dampen down your plate like that, which is going to keep that nice and moist. And then the fantastic thing is stretch wrap. If we can unravel it. I get terrible trouble trying to unravel this stuff. There we go. And it's not going to happen this time. Oh yeah, 2 days later. So we get our stretch wrap or cling film and we stretch that across the plate like this. There you go. Stretch it across the plate. You can do that a couple of times if you want. Pull that down like that. Stretch that. Flatten it down. Flatten it into the plate. And that's going to sweat. And that's going to keep the moisture in there. So when we put our paint on, we can put our blob of paint like that, and then we can mix our paint to a heart's content like this, and we know that that's not going to dry on us. There we are, a very quick tip indeed to save us all time, money and heartache.
So Clive, just using stretch wrap and some kitchen roll on the plate, we can make our own wet palette and save ourselves some money. That is excellent, excellent, excellent. So what about tip number 3?
Tip number 3 was quite easy, because do you remember that bottle we just cut in half?
Yes.
Well, it had a top on it, didn't it? A screw top.
Yes, it did.
So we can use the screw tops as paint decanters.
Oh, that's a really good idea. Can you show us a bit more in detail?
I certainly will. What you're going to use for this is, look, blue tack. or it can be white tack. You know the stuff. It's that plasticky stuff that we put Christmas trimmings up with and cards on doors and stuff like that. And it's this sticky, plasticky stuff, which has got thousands of uses in the studio. But all I'm going to be using that for today is putting a little blob of blue tack on the back of my container top. There we go. And guess what? That then goes on to a palette. Look at this. So we got one of these plastic pallets which were quite cheap. I think I only paid a few pound for this plastic style palette. And this is a traditional style palette which we hold in our hands like that. So when we paint, so we can put our paints in here. Now you might be wondering, well, that's okay, but if you put your paint on here, you're going to have the same problem as we did with the ceramic plate. But got a quick tip, and this will save you money. Why will it save you money? Because it'll stop you going out and buying these things. These are wax pallety things that you can buy. This happens to be in Hobbycraft, and it's a cheap packet, but it still cost me about £7. And these are disposable, but these still don't let your paint stop your paint from drying. So what we need to do is very simple. Let me show you. Right, what we need to do is put our palette in place like that, and we get a little bit of tissue paper. There we go. Again, you know what I'm going to do. We get a little bit of tissue paper, and we'll put that down. A little bit of blue tack by there. Oops. A little bit of blue tack by there. A little bit of blue tack by there. We get a mister bottle. We just mist that down very, very finely, making that wet, because we want to hold the moisture in place. Now you can put cling film over that, or all you need to do is get a little bit of parchment paper or something like that, and we need a bit more blue tack, and it takes a little bit of time to get this all set up. But once we set this up, it's going to save us money in the long term. And you can just change this little bit of parchment paper or greaseproof paper then when you're ready, and then we can put our paint on there, and we can put paint in there, and there we are. There's a nice easy way to save ourselves some money, and we can go getting our paint out, and we can mix it on our palette. We know that's not going to dry up on us, and we can give it a little mist with some water, and there we got a nice easy palette, and all our colours can be stuck in bottle caps. Save your bottle caps.
That was a fantastic tip again, Clive, using all those ideas just to make a wet palette. Absolutely brilliant idea, but the only trouble is, wet palettes go a bit smelly. Woo!
They go a bit smelly, do they?
Yeah.
You know, I got a tip to stop your water going smelly.
Oh, you?
Yeah, let me show you very quickly how to do that.
Tip number 4!
So all you need to do is get a bottle, decant some water in that, and we put that down there, and we need some white distilled vinegar. There we go. Now we don't need a lot of this. Oh no, this is a very, 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 very small amount of, whoops, that's about all you need for there, and you can fill that up. Let's top that up with a bit more water. Let's just decant it out of this one. And if you use that water on your wet palette, then that's going to stop your palette going mildew and smelly. It's a little thing that malt vinegar will last you years. So there you go, Grandpa Joe. Have a smell.
Oh, Acrylic vinegar?
Yes, but it'll stop it going mildew, and that's the most important thing, because palettes can go a bit stinky-winky.
Yes, I can, yes. And I like vinegar on my fish and chips.
You like vinegar on your fish and chips? Well, this is the stuff you can eat. So if you want some fish and chips when you're doing your paintings, then you can put some of that on it.
Oh, great stuff. Let's go tip number 5.
Tip number 5 is easy. Do you know when you need to get all that paint out from the bottom of your tube, you're trying to squeeze it like this, and well, there's a simple, easy way of getting that paint up there. There's two ways actually. There's two ways to do this. One, you need to buy something, and two, you can just use something that's in the studio that we all use as artists. So you can see we put our tube of paint there, and all we've got to do with the first one is get a paintbrush. Look, a paintbrush, and you push your paint up like that, pushing up, push up, and then you get a roll started, and then you can roll and roll and roll like that, and roll it up, and you push all that paint all the way up there. It's as easy as that. But the other thing is, you can buy one of these things. There you go. This is designed specifically for this problem. In fact, all you need to do is get that in there like that.
It's easier said than done, Clive.
Yes, it is, Grandpa Joe.
You were struggling there.
Yes, I am a little bit. And then you need to roll that up like that. This works a lot better. It's very cheap, and they're only about £3 on eBay. So, might pay you to invest in one of them, or just use a paintbrush. You can use a paintbrush. Why not? Very, very simple idea.
That is very easy. How can we stop our paintbrushes from rolling off the sideboard and falling onto the floor? And they do happen. Sometimes they fall off my workbench and they go rolling under the easel, and Clive has to go and pick them up.
I have to go and pick them up. That's certainly true. So I've got a little hack that I can share with you.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant, Clive. Let's have a look at your hack.
Okay, you can see where my mixing station is. Let's move this water and that out the way and put that down there. Now we need to get one of these things. There you are, one of these little paper clips. All you need to do is put that on the side of a container like that, and you get a brush, and after you've washed it, you can put your brush in there like that, and it'll just hold it in place. There you go, just hold it in place like that. Easy as that. Yes, one self-made painting brush holder. How easy is that?
That was absolutely fantastic, Clive. Thank you for sharing those painting hacks with us to help us save money in the studio.
Well, thank you very much, Grandpa Joe, for joining me here today. And let's thank everybody, and let's ask him to do one thing.
Oh, I know what that is. Can you please click subscribe? Yes, Clive uploads every Monday.
So thank you very much. We will see you then.
Bye.
Bye.